Sangam here. I'm here to share how you can turn your experience into a 250K a year working 3 days a week. Quick reminder, we help B2B professionals with 10 plus years of experience launch and build a $1 million fractional book of business. And why we can do that? Because I built two businesses that are over 100 million. You can check it out. One was Pardot, got acquired by Salesforce for 100 million. And then Terminus got acquired by a PE firm. I've written 3 books. My last book, Move, became a Wall Street Journal bestseller. And then I have done 2 courses on LinkedIn that you can check out where over 70,000 people have gone through it. I share that all so that you'll have credibility in what I do, and maybe you can lean in and see the information that I'm sharing is not something made up, something that I actually believe and I'm doing. And I'm just sharing because we have a whole program and process around it. So how can you turn your experience into 250K a year working 3 days a week? When I tell people that it's possible, they look at me and saying, I'm joking. You mean I can work for 3 days a week and make more than I did in my full-time job? And the answer is yes, you have 10 plus years of experience. And here's the truth. This doesn't happen by accident. So it's not about like, oh, here's a lottery ticket and you get it. It happens because you design it with purpose. Today, I'm going to walk you through exactly how an experienced B2B operator, maybe you're a CMO or a VP of marketing or a CRO or a CEO, but if you're a B2B go-to-market operator, how you can build a 250K plus a year. As a matter of fact, we call it $1 million mastermind when we do it. Every other week we meet and part of this thing, but at least 250K a year fractional business without burning out, without big audience, without ads, without spending crazy amount of time taking selfies and cold calls. Like that's what the whole point is. So here are the steps. Step number 1, price for outcomes, not for hours. One of the mistakes we did in the beginning when I built this business was I was always pricing for hours. Like I'm $250 an hour, $350 an hour. That didn't work. If you want to work less, you have to charge more because your clients aren't paying for your time. What they're really paying for, especially if you have 10 plus years of experience, they're paying for clarity they can't get anywhere else. They are paying for a proven system to get results faster. They're paying for confidence that they're making the right decisions. So here are a few examples. You could do a go-to-market or a CMO or CRO or marketing sales diagnostic and roadmap for 15K. As long as you have a system that does that, you can charge 15K and people would pay it. You could do a 90-day revenue acceleration sprint where you say in 90 days, we're going to go from this step to that step and actually work with them, but you're charging for the project. You can also do what some of our GTMO certified fractionators are doing, which is a fractional retainer, which is about 7 to 12K a month that they're doing. So you can have 3 to 5 of these engagements a year and can easily add up to 250K. I'll share you a couple of stories. Sue Foley over here, she is a CMO. She has been a CMO for 30 years and she's based out of Australia, and she had to make a decision between paying for a mortgage at one point all the way to seeing if she can be certified in our operating system and do this work. And I did not know that before, but when I found out afterwards, this was super interesting because as she got certified, went through the program, in 30 days, she has 4 clients. And the next call that we were on, she was like, I'm not sure how I can do a 5th client. So she went from having no business to having 4 clients fully packed. And now she's trying to figure out what is the next pricing, packaging, how each one of these numbers could be different. So this is absolutely possible. You don't need 100 leads. You don't need to have 2,000 calls. You don't need to create massive spam ads or emails or use AI to do this. What you need is you need to have a process and a system to get 3 to 5 engagements that pay you 5, 10, 20K a month, and that adds up to 250K or more. That's step number 1, which brings me to step number 2. Focus on a single signature framework. The biggest mistake I see is that fractionals, or when you're launching into it, or maybe you are doing that for a while and jumping into it right now, you're trying to be everything to everyone. For example, you might say, I do sales strategy, I do content, I do ops, I do brand, I do RevOps, I do a little bit of CS. Well, what they're looking for is a specialist getting paid, because if you're a generalist, you're going to get ignored. So example of this is Lydia, who is a GTMO certified partner, and she's a CMO for many, many years, but she focuses on legal tech because majority of her experience has been in legal tech. So guess what? When legal tech companies think about hiring someone, who are they going to think about? They're going to think about her. So she was able to get niche down and do really well. I'll give you another example of that is Celeste. Celeste has been working through a whole bunch of fractional work, and now she's able to use workshops in her existing fractional work, so it's gonna give her a high margin around it. Don is a great example for this. He has been a go-to-market OS certified partner just for about 30 days and have already 8 meetings from it, and during even 4th of July holiday when he started off. But what's interesting about him was that he was a fractional for 7 years. So this whole system of focusing on a single signature framework can be used multiple different ways. You don't want 20 things, you want one thing that works. Example is a GTM operating system, which we have if you want to get certified, but there are other frameworks like the revenue growth framework or a customer success accelerator. You have to have something that is so clear that when you have a named process, clients are going to trust you, and they're going to pay you more because they feel like they're not paying for somebody to learn, they're paying for somebody who knows the system. Which brings me to step number 3. Design your ideal week. Freedom doesn't happen when your calendar is open to everyone. Our calendars are literally a to-do list of all the things everybody else wants us to do. So you want to make sure you protect it, but do it in a way where you have clear boundaries and you're able to do the work. Because ultimately, if you have 10, 20 years of experience, you're not trying to do more work. You've already done signing up for a W-2 job with a 40-hour work week, but you're spending 80 hours on it. You have done it, I have done it, and this is not about that. This is about saying, I'm going to be figuring out my own schedule, the way it works, and I'm going to work around it. Now, in the beginning, you may be working all around the time, but the idea is to get to a certain part. This is something we do that with our clients all the time. So here's an example of it. It may be Tuesday might be a client delivery and advisory, so your calendar is always up and about for clients. Wednesday might be, okay, this is your workshops. You can tell your clients, oh yeah, you can sign up for a workshop. I do it every Wednesday. And that way you're consolidating, not when the client wants. Guess what? They will wait for you because they know they're going to get value. And Thursday might be your sales, marketing pipeline, just getting out there, doing what you need to do. And then Monday, Friday, this is what I do. And we tell all of our fractional go-to-market certified partners this: protect your Mondays and Fridays, because that's typically when a lot of people have their own internal meetings or they're not interested in doing the work. So Mondays and Fridays could be your anchor moments. I typically work on Monday, use that for thinking and learning and reset and strategy and all that. I typically try to take Fridays off. I got young kids and we do all kinds of stuff. So that's how I build my business. You might want to do the exact opposite of it. Which brings me to step number 4. Build a simple lead flow. You can literally do all of these things when you're thinking about how many fancy funnels I want to have. People try to do 5 different funnels because we are maybe used to launching multiple different campaigns. You don't need a fancy funnel. You need a consistent, visible conversations with people, which is why what I want you to type in over here is 3 days. That's all I want you to do. When you comment 3 days, I will send you a whole process of how others are doing this across the board. You will literally see a whole recording of it where people are actually telling how they do it and getting massive results, like Lydia and Sue Foley and Dawn. All of their stories will be all publicly available. So just comment 3 days and you will get those right away. So build a simple lead funnel, and here's what it might look like: 2 to 3 LinkedIn posts, a warm network outreach on like every other day, and a clear entry offer like an assessment or workshop. This is how you fill your pipeline without feeling like you have like you're becoming a full-time salesperson, because trust me, you will burn out if you just go with multiple funnels, multiple processes, multiple ways to do it. So what does this look like in real life? I have dozens and dozens of examples of people, and you can see all of these people which are part of the go-to-market certified partner, who all had built or starting to build over 250 plus year business. And they typically have 3 to 5 clients at any given time, 3 days of work per week, and they balance it out, 2 weeks off every quarter, no teams, no complexity, just clarity and confidence. So the big takeaway for you who's has always worked 60 hours a week, trying to make 100, 200, 300K a year, here's what you need. You need the right offer, you need the right pricing, and you need the discipline to protect your time. So you can literally comment 3 days, and I will send you all the details you need to make sure that this is something you can do. Because when you combine your expertise with focus, you create real freedom. Thank you for watching this, and let me know how I can help. Comment 3 days to get the next set of instructions to actually build your own freedom. Thank you.